Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. As the title implies, I am going to be reminiscing in the sense of seeing how things have changed for what I remember them to how they are now. And it's going to encompass a couple of different topics, so we're going to start simple. That is, of course, with the amount of players on per class that are level 65. Now there are a couple of things I need to mention beforehand. First of all, it is 6:30 East Coast time, so it's evening on a Friday in the middle of summer, and generally that might seem like it'll deter numbers, but from my years of experience in this game, it doesn't really matter what time of year it is, as long as it's a decent time of night. Now, there are three classes I remember being really popular. They are gladiators, clerics, and sorcerers. I'm going to see if that still holds true now. So gladiators, there are 28 online. Hold on, let me get a good background so this number isn't too hard to see. There, this is good. 28, okay. Templars, 23. So far, it's true. Assassins, 24. Assassins were, they were kind of popular, but not as much. Rangers, 18. Okay, I do remember Rangers were not as popular. There are a lot of reasons for that, but I don't know. You have to compare them to their big brother DPS counterparts, the Sorcerer. Maybe they're not really the big brothers, but as you can see, 32. That's a pretty big jump in terms of being DPS classes. Oh, and it's siege time. Perfect. Yeah, we're gonna keep that open. So yeah, Sorcerers still doing pretty good. Spirit Masters. Now, I remember Spirit Masters were never that popular, and it sucks because the class is pretty cool in concept, but there's just been so much about them, and either on the receiving end or from the playing end that I can imagine this will be kind of low. 18, yeah. And no, I was not looking at the classes beforehand to see if I was right or not. I promise. Clerics, 42. Wow, most popular so far. And it's not hard to imagine why. Clerics have, they're in high demand. They can do a lot of things by themselves, and they're just really useful to have. So, clerics popular. Not surprising. Channers, not as popular, and also not surprising. It's half the clerics right now. So, I remember channers used to be really high demand at some point. Maybe there's just, I don't know, they became song weavers, there's just not enough right now, but channers, they were pretty popular. Aethertechs, 7. I'm not sure how long they've been out. I'm going to say like 4 months, about. So this is not really reflective of them, but you'd expect to see a little bit more. I guess that's what I'm saying. Gunslingers, 57. Okay, how many of these are real people? That is a big question we have to consider. The ones in Tiamaranta can be because it's siege time, so you can't say, oh, Tiamaranta must be bot. But if you see people with names that are all capital letters like this, PS report them, please. And names like this, then yeah, they are probably bots. Like I'm not sure if I should be blurring out bot names in a video, but there's just something wrong seeing all these names that are so similar. And finally, Songweavers, 22. So that's about, moderate level. That's the level of kind of Ranger, Channer. So they're, yeah, kind of popular. But looking right now, at least, I can say that it is true more or less. Clerics, gladiators, sorcerers still reign supreme. And gunslingers, because they're like swords, but better. Just kidding. Not really. There's one other thing. You could say that I should check every hour on the hour for about a week straight, maybe a month. And I'm sure there's going to be someone saying, oh, but that's not accurate enough, or oh, it's not my server, so it can't be true. And I mean, you can do it yourself, and you'll just see that there are trends when it comes to this stuff. I am not talking out of my ass, because if I was, then, well, the Shugo would be giving me a dirty look, because if there's one, there's one race in this game that knows how to talk out of their ass, it's the freaking Shugos. Okay, moving on. I'll also point out that the Yasmos failed to capture 2 Tiamaranta forts, which is a bit surprising considering how much easier it is now, but maybe they didn't have enough people. I don't know. I'm not too sure how well off the population of Asmodeans on Tiamat is. My understanding is that, the former glory that this server had when 3.0 came out is not there anymore. And I actually wanted to move on to a new topic, so what was I going to do? Oh, that's right. So I'm not sure how many of you have houses, mansions, or estates, or are trying to get into the whole market of them, but it seems to be much harder nowadays, at least from what I've gathered talking to a few people. I think houses go on sale and are open to auctioning on Sunday. So this isn't really indicative of how things are going because these are like the minimum bids, but as you can see, there's only 1 mansion and 2 estates. Yeah. That's not that much, so it's really hard to get into this stuff. And I should actually point out that I think most of my neighbors are different people now. They're not the same ones I remember. So over here we have a closed building. Okay, the privacy is respected. I do not remember this person before. Neither do I remember this person. I mean, I could go into their houses and they're probably not going to be what I remember. No. Because I do have a general idea of the people that used to live here. One started with a T. One started with a C, I think. I know, great details. Oh, they don't even have house greetings. Come on, guys. You gotta be welcoming and fighting. That's how people feed your blooms and you get cool things. Sometimes. So the next part is going to involve me looking at places that were frequented quite often. So if we're going to take the map out and do some drawing, we will look in different places. Here's place 1, and here is place 2. The last time I recorded, I actually looked at place 2, and it was, not going to say amazing, but it wasn't terrible. It was alright. And then place 3. Funny enough, before I stopped playing, Denaria was not as populous because there was not enough convenience to get around. Now, you had to like fly all the way up and just wait, or you could take in the wind stream and then flown all the way up and then gone this way and that, and it's just a mess, and people don't like that. Nowadays, you can teleport everywhere, so I imagine Denaria would be much more populated, especially because of this. No words need to be said about that. But I will be right back and get to location. So yeah, let me do that. Okay, actually I can start off right here in Catalan. There is a decent amount of people idling here. This used to be #1 spot, but it might be conflicting with other places because my understanding is that there's a spot you can idle in Denaria now. Regardless, this is pretty good. All things considered, like it might be much more populated on your server, Calcio, but it's more than nothing, and seeing people that aren't just standing there AFK is all that I need for reassurance. And I'm just peeking at the name of these legions. I'm curious to see, because I recognize a decent amount of them. Some I don't. Cake. Okay, that used to be XOXO, I believe. Sanctuary has been around. Supremacy. This one, that's rather new in comparison. Okay, so I am buffing myself because, it's a PvP zone. Everything is. And just in case I get attacked, then I will be prepared, kind of. Am I forgetting anything? I am not. Okay, so here we go. Zone #1. And it's owned both by the Elios, so this is perfect. That's what I need for data taking purposes. Okay. So let's see. 1, 2 triangles. There's people fighting there too. Can I just be like a third-party observer for this, or do I have to get involved? Okay, it's like a 2v something. Okay, there's a name I still remember from days gone past. Yeah, that's a decent amount of people. Whatever, let's get involved. Let's go pick on the questers. Since we're doing this for science anyway, right? She removes shocked using or under Silence Godstone. So you can definitely tell when somebody is not as PvP geared just by the amount of damage I'm doing, considering I'm kind of outdated. Oh. But it's okay because Fear is still amazing. She's actually gonna die to a guard. Nope, she's still alive.
An incorrect target. That's an invalid target.
That is an invalid target. Okay, I'm kind of low, but I'm not gonna pop an AP pot for this. Alright, so there's a decent amount of people flooding in here. I could stay here for a while and just pick on what are potentially questers, for all that I know. But I'm not. I'm gonna keep moving, because nothing is static. Everything is dynamic. And also, I'm curious to see. And if you're watching, don't worry, I'm sure I'll have it coming eventually, as I always do. Oh, I'm loading all the people. I can feel it. And by all the people, I mean one person. Ziba. Oh, he still plays this game? So yeah, there's a name I recognize. It's kind of weird that the people I've been recognizing so far have been Elios and not Asmos. But what you gonna do? So there are two people here. I wish you could still look out at the wind stream, but you can't. Okay. And I'm not going to fight everywhere. I will fight at key places, but I'm not going to try to get bogged down too much because I'm sure there's plenty of other things I can fight. So we're just going to go back to the start of Catalan, which I can't return, and then I'm going to run down the middle area now. And I guarantee you there's going to be people to fight here, especially since the Elios own some of these camps. Aha! I have found success all the way here at Baritras just because this is where the Elios are like, most likely to come. Yay, attack me! Hit me with all the skills. As I just get swarmed down. But that's a good indicator, right? At least of the activity. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's by the safe zone. And I hate to say this, but this is exactly like Broken Cliff. It's just the opposite now because the Asmos aren't the ones that are being pushed against the wall. But, it's more than nothing. And it lets me transition smoothly onto the next part. So yay. Okay, I'm going to draw a map again. So we're going to go here first. Then we're going to go here second. And then we save the best for last, which is this. See, there are generally more locations you can look at here too. I cannot get over the base look of some of these skills. They look so naked compared to how I used to. Unless all mana treatments look like that, but I don't think that's the case. No, they all look identical now. Pretty lighting effects. Okay, Quake. Hey guys, it's not 2.5 anymore. Why are you still playing? Just kidding. Sorry, I like you, Quake. Yeah, there's no one here either. Okay, so this area, not that good right now. Next. Okay, I'm going to check place number 2 now. Again, like I said, it's way easier to get there, and so there's a better chance that people will go there. Because all you have to do is bada bing, and then wait patiently for the bada bang. Which I believe is just this teleport device. Yep. Oh, there's a cooldown, of course. Oh yeah, here's the other place I was talking about in terms of idling. There's more people here now. You can access Sorrow. I might have talked about this before. I can't remember what it was in the last video, but another idle place. That's good. It's not very populated, but it's more than it was before. I'll say that much. It was like practically nothing before this. Diet Coke is in Mao form. Yeah. Are these both Elios bases? Cool. Alright, well Diet Coke just ran off on the distance, so I don't really need to worry about him. Yona is almost dead. So she needs... These people are all almost dead, like Sexy Robocop. Sexy Robocop does not really describe a gun or an eighth or whatever the hell they're called, but I'm just gonna casually go along. If you want to attack me, sure, but you're almost dead, so I'm not gonna like press the issue, my friend. Oh, here comes the malform, I think. Yeah, Diet Coke in malform. Or not. Okay. Let's keep going south. This base, these two, if Sorrow was still, accessible just from here, they would be more populated. And this was actually a good spot because it was at the end of the wind stream. And if you guys remember, this wind stream was broken for the longest time. And I think they fixed it. I hope they fixed it. I don't know. I'm not going to try. Oh, look, now they're finally coming. Yeah, Sexy Robocop. Yeah, look at these guys. They're like almost dead. Alright, fine. That lag. Oh no. If there's one thing I remember well, it's this sequence of events. The one where you stun them and they have no remove shock, and then you stun them again. Oh god, here comes more people. I can't even see their names. I think Sexy Robocop is coming though. I'm about to get my ass handed to me by someone named Sexy Robocop. Alright, who wants to go first? You? Nah, yeah, paralyze. Wonderful. Oh, I'm already silenced too. But I'm still alive. Templar, Channer, Aether Tech, right? Oh, you got Bodyguard, okay. Well, I mean, if they can kill me, they'll kill me, but this is going to take the longest time to end. Ah, God. Yep. Okay, well, while this is happening, I'm going to go ahead and discuss the next part. It's going to be, I'm paralyzed. The very middle, which should be the best result, especially if the Elios own the Ice Lake, which I think they do.
Your target is too far away. Move closer to your target.
I can't tell if I'm lagging, what's going on.
That's an invalid target.
Yeah, alright, Quake. I'm gonna let you guys go at him. But again, I feel like I was just getting in the way of questers. Oh, here comes the third person. Spirit Master, he's rezzing, so it'd be unwise to attack me. Same with Diet Coke, who's half HP, and also not rezzing. Come on, man. If you're gonna come out, you should at least heal yourself.
The wrong target.
Okay, let me get out of here. Stupid mob. Was I saying mobs weren't annoying earlier? I think I was wrong. They're just less annoying because they're not always in the way anymore. Okay, there was one stream here, right? So if this works, then it works. Yeah, and you can't get out of this one. This one should be good. I'm gonna actually teleport to the very east, I think, and then work my way west. Seems most logical, especially since we own the eastmost camp. So there's potential for action happening there. Oh, look, someone that's actually on my buddy list. Yeah, the one person. Let's say woo, Niara, woo. Okay, we're done. And Das Boob. Okay, I'm gonna go east. Okay, this is the eastmost camp. It's quiet, too quiet. Be very quiet because we're hunting Shugos. Not much to see here. Not surprising, not really expecting anything. Let's go west and shift the focus more towards Ice Thorn. Yeah, that's the name. I'm lagging kind of badly. When I reinstalled Ion because I had this whole computer problem, I don't remember what the settings I had originally, so I just switched them to what I think was right, and I'm not entirely sure if they are now, but it feels like it's okay. Oh, hello. Oh, poor guy. He is so done. He says run as he sacrifices himself for me. Oh look, so as you can see, there's actually a pretty decent amount of people. And ironically enough, it's like the same people that were fighting me earlier, but, you know, I'm not keeping score or anything here. Alright, let's see. I'm just gonna pop. Have some knockbacks. That was totally worth, by the way, that thing. And I actually don't know where I can go from here. I think I can go through the teleport in this camp, question mark? I love to say question mark with things. I can, awesome. So they are probably going to chase me in. I'm not really going to find out. Oh, yeah, it still works! Goodbye! I just had to say that. Unfortunately, that brings me way away from where I wanted to go. But, you know, we can make detours. And, funny enough, this place also has Alios. Maybe. In my opinion, that is the funniest thing you can do in this game. They probably shouldn't allow it, but I don't know. It's always been amusing to do that kind of thing. And now that I've gotten this far, you might be wondering, well, how are you going to get to Ice Thorn? It's possible, but it's just not worth it. It's probably better to go all the way back to the start and teleport back and just run, but I have never believed in that philosophy. I like to waste your time by going through the environment to potentially see those special mobs that can drop composite stones. Because I have gotten one from them before, actually more than one. And they're probably not a secret. Well, they never were a secret, but they're probably much more well known now than they were before. And if you don't know what I'm talking about still, then here, I will just show you one, even though there are multiple ones in this area. Because this one stands out and is so easy to find that it's kind of laughable. In fact, he may not even be one, but I'm going to say he is, because he's 4 dots. His name is Samulyanurk. He comes with a couple of buddies though, so if you're kind of squishy, you're generally going to get your ass kicked by all these mobs. Which can happen, you know. Not saying that everyone's invincible. Like, look at me, I'm dying.
That's an invalid target.
And I got an ancient coin, but you can get a plethora of items. So, yeah. Like, you can even map them all out if you wanted to. It's been done. Wait, no, I need to go up here. I was almost going the wrong way. Yeah, there's a swamp here. Oh, stop following me. Stop it. Bad Jugo. Yeah, as you can see, there's a geyser over here that takes you to a wind stream, which fittingly just brings you right up to Ice Thorn. And look, there's even a guy coming down on top of the wind stream. That is how well known this place is. No, it's not really. Actually, I think they use the other wind stream, but it doesn't really matter, does it? So you just need to stand on this and glide. For the true RP experience, you wait till you fall down so you can get the very bottom and start from the bottom all the way up. Okay, we are here now. Oh, it became Balar. No, it's not. I can't. God, that's in the way. I need to remove that. It's one of these buttons. I don't know. So before we do this, we must make a little bit of caution. I'll spoil another location, even though this is the complete opposite of spoiling anything like amazingly useful in the game. I'm not lagging as bad as I thought I would be. If you're curious at all though, my ping right now is... Okay, it's 81. It's actually pretty good. Normally it fluctuates up to like 120 plus since this is a server located in Texas, but you know, it's acceptable. Okay, so there are some NPCs that are alive. But they're not all here, so it gives potential for players. And I'm feeling stuff loading. So let's check out and see if there's like EB groups just forming up here. Oh yeah, look at that. I would definitely say that's an EB group of some kind. If not, then it's just a bunch of people that are trying to like, you know, form up for, or buy their designs to get into instances like, what are they called? Denuaire, Reliquary, and... Oh, Infinity Shard. I was having so much trouble remembering right there. But yeah, so we can confirm that this place is also good. And let me just put a check down as I get in the wind stream. I could have run into that group of people, but that wouldn't have done nothing. And I don't need to do nothing more than once. So check here. Here gets a question mark. And here gets a... Yeah, let's give it a check. Why not? Check, check. Actually, this whole area, yeah, that's one check. Oh, time for a perfect landing. And, oh, I hit the thing. That gives me a 7 out of 10 for falling. Okay, so I've done everything in Denaria. Good. I did Catalan. We'll just say this is a plus. So overall, my impression of the zones, they're still fine. They are not extremely active. Like, there are not lots and lots of people running around right now. And maybe if I check other nights, there will be, but, you know, it's not empty. So it's not dead, is what I'm saying. It's just not too alive. It's in the middle somewhere, which sounds about right for this server. Gee, I've done a lot of talking. Disneyland, yeah. You know, after this, I'm actually going to do another keybind kind of video because I love doing those tutorial things when they're actually useful. And I like talking about key binding and why people should do it, so that'll come in a bit, but in a different video. I'm just checking to make sure all this stuff looks the same in terms of cost, and I think it does, so yeah, nothing new and exciting here. Now I could go to Denaria and ID, but I think for now I will just let it be and call that a video. So yeah. Anyway, guys, take care, and I will be back at some point in time whenever I feel like logging in again. So, ta-ta.